Is anybody there yet? What's up going on, guys? Welcome back. Let me know in the chat. I'm pulling up everything, so I might not talk for a minute here. Let me know in the chat if you can see me and if you can hear me. And then we'll get started once we get enough people in here. What's up, Jacob? Seem to be the first one in here. Just started. I know I had it up at 7:30. I honestly didn't know if I was going to do 6:30, 7:30. There was a lot going on today, so. So, yeah, we're going to wait until we get at least 10 people in here. Like last time, I think we had 30, 35, something like that. And then we're going to do some reviews. We have, I got this box that has 20 some odd fragrances in it. And I am going to go through the ones I've never tried before. And then we're probably, most likely, going to be doing a giveaway at the end, depending on how the stream goes. And then I just got my box from Fragrance Buy that has 5 fragrances in it. So we'll look at those. I'm not going to do full reviews or anything on them, but we'll go through. And then I also got this for my birthday, which I haven't reviewed on the channel yet. Light Blue O Extreme, or O Intense. I always call it O Extreme. But yeah, we're going to go through that. And then again, we'll do a giveaway at the end. It's probably going to be about an hour long. So what's up, Al? How you doing, bud? So everybody just let me know if you join the chat. You might hear my wife in the background. She's walking around. So unlike the, that's actually right here, Chrome Parfum. I'm actually excited about that too, because I have yet to try the Chrome Parfum or the Eau De Parfum. So I'm actually excited. That's one of the ones that I have yet to try and that I have on my list to review here in the video. So it's going to be pretty interesting to go through. The ones that I have yet to try are Pasha. And I did notice that the ones that are in the collection, they're either new releases, really popular fragrances, or they are ones that came out 2020, 2021, or 2022. 90% of them at least. We got Moschino Toy Boy. I have yet to try that. Perry Ellis Bold Red. Chrome Eau De Parfum. Diesel Sound of the Brave. Tommy Bahama Maritime Triumph. Calvin Klein Defy. The original John Varvatos. I have yet to try that either. And this is a surprising one, but I have yet to try Issey Miyake Ludisi. I honestly haven't tried any Issey Miyakes before. There's no places around me that have them. So anyway, I guess, I mean, it seems like there's not many people joining at this point in time other than you guys. So I'm just going to start it off. And then as they join, we'll just go through and do that. And then once I get through them, if we have just that amount of people in here, then you guys will be the ones that are part of the giveaway. So we'll start out with Diesel Sound of the Brave. There was 2 of these that I sprayed on my hand last night. Diesel Sound of the Brave and Perry Ellis Bold Red. Because I've never tried a Diesel and I've never tried a Perry Ellis. I've tried a few Perry Ellises before, but never owned one, I should say. So this is Sound of the Brave by Diesel. I'm going to look up the note breakdown so I can give you guys a better. So how's everybody doing? So the reason that my live was supposed to be either between 3 to 6 and then it changed was my wife took me out with my daughter to Cheesecake Factory, and we were there and our server was absolutely terrible. She didn't join me. She didn't come to the table hardly at all. And when she did come to the table, she forgot half the stuff that we needed. We were there for like 2.5 hours. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous, to the point where we actually ended up getting the cheesecake from the front and not from her, because we didn't want to have to tip her more because she was terrible. Oh my, this is actually really good. Yeah, what's up, Gabe? Diesel Sound of the Brave is really nice. What I'm getting from it, it's like citruses and vanilla. But I was looking up the note breakdown. Sound of the Brave. Oh, it's actually an expensive one for diesels. Usually diesels are like $30, but this one's like 65. Okay, so what I'm getting from this, it says that the note breakdown here is lemon and juniper for the top notes, sweet grass for the mid, and base notes are just amberwood. But I can tell you right off the opening, what you're getting is a lot of lemon and a lot of vanilla. You get the lemon in the background. It's not a hyper realistic lemon. It's more of like a synthetic lemon. And then you get that vanilla, which again, it's not a listed note. I don't know if it's from that sweet grass. I've never smelled sweet grass before, but it is it's a closer to the skin is what it's feeling like. It's a closer to the skin type scent, but it's sweet, more of a fall and winter type fragrance. You know what I could actually compare this to is like a less fresh Boss Bottled almost. You get that vanillic tones to it. You get almost like an apple. You get like the fruity notes, which I'm guessing is from the juniper. It's a real muddled fragrance, but it's actually really nice. It's a semi-fruity, semi-citrusy, vanilla, woody fragrance. You're getting this wood note too from that amber wood as it's drying down. If for those who just joined, this is Diesel Sound of the Brave. It is from my men's collection. If you guys didn't read my post, Macy's has a favorites scents. It's great for collectors or for people who want to try new scents. They give you, I think it's 22 or 20 different fragrances, as well as if you want to know what sandalwood smells like. I opened up. It is a full shave gel, like before you shave. It's a shave gel that you put on, and it's called sandalwood, and it smells exactly like sandalwood would smell. So if you're ever wondering what sandalwood smells like by itself, open that up, try it, smell it. It does smell exactly like sandalwood, a synthetic sandalwood. But so Diesel Sound of the Brave, it's really nice. I don't know how long this would last. This is my first time trying, but I'm definitely, when I can get it discounted, it's a really good fragrance. And I felt the same way when I sprayed it on the back of my hand last night. When it dries down, you get those ambery, woody tones from that amber wood. It's really nice. It's a wood heavy fragrance once you get down through the mid into the dry down, and it gets there pretty quickly. But for the most part, that vanilla, even though it's not a note here, it's like an ambery vanilla, stays throughout the entire lifetime of the fragrance, and it's really nice. So the next one is the other one that I tried on my hand last night, Perry Ellis, and this is Bold Red. The fragrance actually is good, but I'll tell you what I'm concerned about with it. You can get this for about $25. So the main note in this, the reason it's called Bold Red is because the main note in this is red apple, and you get that right off the opening. It's not like a red apple that you would see in Valentino Coral Fantasy right there, where it is like a candied apple. It's more of a fresh apple, but not natural. It's more of like if you could make a synthetic apple that didn't seem synthetic, and if that makes any sense, that is what you get. And you get a bit of woody tones in here, but me and my wife both said the same thing about it. If this fragrance and the apple note, the apple accord, were projecting more, because it's a very, very weak fragrance. It's one that you have to literally stick your nose into. That's why I sprayed it on the back of my hand. It's just a really, really strong, or not strong, the opposite of strong. It's a really weak fragrance. So I'm interested. I was actually supposed to try it out today. I forgot, Jen. I was supposed to try this out all day. Oh, yeah. So Perry Ellis Bold Red. I'll look up the notes here so you guys can have an idea. Perry Ellis Bold Red. The main notes, it says that it's a warm, spicy, fruity, and musky fragrance. The main notes are red apple and finger lime. The mid notes are green leaves, ginger flower, and black pepper. And the base notes are musk, mahogany, and tonka bean. It's really hard to pick out anything but that apple and the ginger in the opening. The rest of the fragrance, again, is so light that it's hard to smell. So the next one is CK Defy. This is a 2022 release. Sorry, my wife's cleaning in the background, and I couldn't hear myself even talk. Randy, you should try the new 2022 Jumbo Pride Edition for summer. I told Jeff about it. He had no idea about it, and he tried and he liked it. See, I was looking it up after Jeff's stream last night, and honestly, I didn't find one that was under $100, and I will never blind buy a Jean Paul Gaultier that is over $100. I wish that I could, because I love Jean Paul Gaultier so much. But when it comes to Jean Paul Gaultier, the only ones that I'll ever blind buy are Le Male and Ultramall, because I have them and I would blind buy them again. I guess that's not really blind buying, but I've had issues with batches. There was a Le Male that I did for the last giveaway that I sent to the winner, who was, I think his name's Rob, and I sent it to him, and that Le Male was so cloyingly sweet that me and my wife went out yesterday, went to Ulta and smelled Le Male again, and they completely changed. They're two different types of fragrances, and they were both Le Male, and it didn't make any sense why one was so cloyingly sweet and one wasn't sweet. I mean, it was sweet, but not super sweet. It had this freshness like Le Male should. And so there is batch issues, at least with some of the Le Males. So yeah, I will pick up Pride at some point, but I definitely need to get a sample of it first. I'm going to message Jeff, who, if you guys don't know, is SoCal Scents, and I'm going to actually see if he'll send me a sample of that when I send him the stuff that he wants me to send him. He wants me to send to him, it's behind there, L'Homme Ideal and L'Homme Ideal Eau De Parfum. So this is Calvin Klein Defy, and I sprayed this one time in the air, which I don't like doing, but I was at Macy's and they didn't have any testers around it, and it's a nice fresh fragrance. It's actually a really nice version for Calvin Klein, which, if you guys have watched any of my videos, I don't really like Calvin Klein very much. It's not the bad. Yeah, you did tell me that. I usually don't care about batches, but with that one I did. But what's up, Hunter? What's up, Gabe? Hunter said, saw your community post on YSL Reno. So, okay, so in Ulta, I'll get back to the Calvin Klein in a second. So I posted last night for those of you guys who don't know that I was in Ulta yesterday and I saw three things. My wife was looking for some makeup or something, and so I was bored and just looking around. I saw three things. It was kind of like one of those pictures. It's like, find what's wrong with this picture. And the one, Eau De Parfum, was pink. Stronger With You was pink. And they were the testers. And yes, they were the men's, not the women's. And the third one was YSL. Underneath it, it said YSL YEDT, YSL YEDP, YSL Y Parfum, and YSL Reno, RENO. And I was super confused. And so I was looking online. It did say YSL Reno is a thing, but it was from a Japanese site. And so I'm like, what's going on? So I contacted Jeff from SoCal Scents, and we talked about it for about a half hour. And then we kind of deliberated and figured out that what it must be is that it's Ulta's way of differentiating, because they still have stock of the original YSL YEDT. It's their way to differentiate the new reformulated YSL YEDT from the old YSL YEDT until they run out of stock. But it was supposed to be for Ulta's purposes, only for their employees, not for customers. And so we don't think they were supposed to put that out. And so when they did put that out saying YSL Reno, it's not a new release of any kind. I tested all the testers there. I matched the batch code to the batch code on the bottom of the box next to the YSL Reno. It is the new formulation of YSL YEDT. which if you guys watched my previous video, there's about a 95% similarity. The only thing is the new YSL YEDT lasts a bit longer, and it has a bit more of a projection to it, but not much difference. They had to take a note out that was banned in Europe, and so it didn't really change much. And then Gabe said, random, but I noticed I like ginger and fragrances. YSL L'Homme Ultime, Bleu de Chanel, Eau De Parfum, YSL YO Fraiche, or some. There are also some of my favorites as well. I actually just did a video. My wife said YSL YO Fraiche is one of her favorites as well. And I'm not sure, Gabe, if you knew, but the main note in this is also ginger. And that ginger is actually one of my favorite notes as well. Azzaro, the most wanted parfum, is a ginger and vanilla heavy fragrance, and that's why I love it. So I'll get back to the Calvin Klein Defy. That is what I'm going over. For those who you joined, I'm going over the Macy's favorite sets that I have not tried before. But so far, from what I can tell from the CK, there's a bit of ginger, a bit of vetiver. It is a sweet, fresh fragrance, more on the fresh side. I usually don't like CK fragrances. Eternity, CK1. There's a few that stand out differently from me. The CK1 Shock, even Eternity Summer Days that came out this year is actually pretty decent, but I normally don't like them at all. So this one is actually, it stuck out to me when I was at the store as well. And I just told my wife yesterday, my first giveaway winner, Mo, I sent him a few extra samples, which I do for every giveaway. I'll always send you extra samples because I have thousands of them. And so I'll send you a few. And I sent him CK Defy before I knew that CK Defy was actually a new fragrance. And so I sent it to him and then realized I had yet to ever try it. And so once he got it, he was like, thanks for all this. And I was like, I think I sent you one that I've never tried before. So anyway, back to the CK Defy. It's a citrus aromatic amber lavender fragrance. The main notes are bergamot, lavender, vetiver, and amber. Somebody said before that the vetiver, something about the vetiver. I like Defy, but I love vetiver. I love vetiver as well. I like them more in niche fragrances, but I'm not one of those niche people that like to pick up a bunch of niche. It has to be perfect for me to pick up a niche. And I can tell you that this one is a nice fragrance. It doesn't do the vetiver the way I like it, but the way that the vetiver is mixed in there, the main notes in this are the lavender and the vetiver. The bergamot is kind of a subtle nuance, and it's a really nice fragrance. I have yet to get to the dry down, so I'm going to set this aside. And for anybody who just joined me, as I was making my way in the door, my fragrance buy box got here. Do you guys want me to open that right now before I finish the other four? Do you want to see what's inside of my fragrance buy box? I have yet to try CK Everyone. Again, I like to stay away from the Calvin Klein fragrances. I don't really like them. I'm always willing to try new fragrances, though. So CK Defy, I have to tell you, is a really nice fragrance. For the price, you can actually, it just came on FragranceNet. I always screw through the new arrivals on FragranceNet every day, and CK Defy yesterday night was on the new arrivals for $40. So for that price, I would definitely pick it up. Open it, open it, open it. Okie dokie. If I knew how. There we go. This is my first purchase on Fragrance Buy. It says pull up. Peanuts! There's a lot of peanuts in here. So in the box, we got Armos Club de Nuit Man, Intense Man, CDNIM, from what a lot of people know it as. And yes, this is my first time ever picking this up. I'm not huge into clones, although if I know that there's one that's discontinued, I will love to grab that clone, which is why I started that clones video. But I'm not one of those people that will just hate on clones or say that I prefer clones, because most of the time I do not prefer the clone to the original. I like the ones that are discontinued But this one, I got the original because I was asked by a million people to get it. And so I didn't get the Eau De Parfum. I didn't get the limited edition. I got the one to compare on my video for people who asked. And yes, there's 5 fragrances in here, so I'm not done. So Abercrombie and Fierce, if you want to know, I know Jensen's did a video about how his bottle isn't marked up. My bottle is marked up, super marked up. But do you want to be honest with you? I honestly don't care. If it sprays good, then fantastic. It's beat up to hell. I mean, it's terrible. It smells amazing, though. Want to smell it? Here.
Yeah, it's really good.
I've never smelled this. It's really nice. It smells like the mall, though.
Totally.
Yeah. It smells just... This one, a lot of people have been waiting for. Detour Noir by Al Haramain, which, again, another clone of Parfums de Marly Layton. And so I'm going to be doing a video. None of these I'm opening right now unless I get, let's say, 25 people in here. If I get 25 people in here, I'll open whatever you guys choose. I needed to get another bottle of this, Dolce & Gabbana the One, Eau De Parfum. Do you want to smell that?
How do I smell it?
It's the one that you got me, but the Eau De Parfum. And the last one, sorry, I was talking to my wife. And the last one is, this is a weirdly boxed one, Coach Platinum. From what I understand, and I've tried it before, but it's a Vanilla Sauvage.
Yeah, I like it.
But the Dolce, my wife is opening.
I knew I would love it.
This, the one Eau De Parfum, which again at Ulta was pink, and it's not pink; it's brown with a black gradient. This is probably my favorite date night fragrance out there. That or Azzaro, tobacco, sweet. One of the best fragrances I've ever tried. Does anybody out there dislike the one Eau De Parfum? I'm interested in that because honestly, the one Eau De Parfum to me is fantastic. And yes, Christmas came early. Daniel, what's up, bud? Joe Tapp, what's up? Literally got my favorite Fragrance Buy box 4 minutes ago too. Yeah, it's like, so the way the Fragrance Buy works, I didn't know this until this week. There is a certain day of the week that they have to pass through customs. On the left side of the United States, it passes through customs on Monday. On the East Coast of the United States, it passes through on Wednesdays. So I thought it was Mondays across the board, but yeah, that's probably why if you live on the East Coast or Central North America or United States, then that's probably why you got yours as well. Yeah, it is Fierce Intense. Yes, Fierce Intense. It's honestly, I love the fragrance, but it is as described in my situation. I know Jensen said that his was not. Mine is not leaking, but the atomizer is all kinds. Yeah, it's leaking. Yeah, it's leaking. It's leaking just slightly. But this is a discontinued fragrance that is normally on eBay about $130, and I got it for $15. So it's definitely worth it. And also, you guys asked me to pick up the new Nautica Oceans Pacific Coast. Right before I was on my way home here, I was looking for Pacific Coast, went to Walgreens, and I will never buy a Nautica. I like full bottles. I like 100 milliliter bottles or larger. I don't do 50 milliliters 90% of the time. The only one that I have that's a 50 milliliter is this one, but I won that. If you guys do the Sephora Christmas boxes, they give you 10 samples to try or 15, and then they give you a free gift certificate for a free fragrance. And Valentino, the original Born in Rome, won that, and I got a 50 milliliter. But anyway, I will not buy a 50 milliliter fragrance, and it was $40 for a 50 milliliter Nautica in store. And so I'm going to buy the 100 milliliter for $31 online, and then I'll review it next week. I like this one. It's nice. The guys from SoCal Sense disliked it. Weird. Which one's that, Al? Fierce Intense? And Pyro Brothers team, what's up? Definitely like it. The one Eau De Parfum is timeless. See, Al, now I know what you're talking about. Where the hell did it go? I think my wife took my bottle. Oh, I'm blaming it on her, yet I'm hiding it behind my other computer. So now I understand what you're saying. The one Eau De Parfum, if you actually go back, and I didn't realize this, but I know he hates on this all the time. But if you actually go back, it appeared on my main screen the other day, his original review of this with the other guy that's in his video. I can't remember his name. And they actually both said that it was good. And so that's what's funny. And then future videos, they said they didn't like this. But I don't know a single person that it's either you love this fragrance or you like this fragrance. And that's about 99% of people. I've met about 1% of people that don't like it. And that's the people that usually are niche snobs or somebody who just doesn't like sweet fragrances. But if you don't like it, then who cares? I mean, you like what you like. So let's get back into the other videos. So again, the 5 that I got were Club de Nuit Intense Man, Detour Noir, which I'm guessing would be the one that you guys would want me to try. Fierce Intense, which smells like a more intense version of the Fierce that people smelled in the mall growing up, if you're my age. And then I don't even know where the hell I put everything. Sauvage, not Sauvage. Is it behind my computer? Oh, it's in a box. I'm losing my mind, guys. So Coach Platinum. I'll actually spray this now. It's already open. Oh, that's so good. So I've always been a fan of the Coach line. I think they're better as random pulls, not necessarily fragrances that you would have in your daily routine. Coach Blue is a great gym scent. Great. I know a lot of people say gym scent, but let's be honest, 90% of us don't go to the gym. So going out, like running, walking, taking your dog out, whatever. Coach Blue is a great just running errand scent. The Coach for Men is probably the best random pull fragrance out there. It's fruity, it's safe, it's nice. People love it. It doesn't last too long. So when you get home and you're going to do something else, you can spray something else on it and it's going to be gone by that point in time. So I love Coach for Men. It's one of my favorite random pulls and I will always be. This one, I've tested it quite a few times and I just never got around to buying it. It is probably my favorite in the line. Definitely my favorite in the line. It is, a lot of people say Sauvage. I don't like Sauvage at all. I like Sauvage Elixir, but Coach Platinum is like, if you took that Sauvage-ness, that ambroxan, that clean bluish fragrance, and you mixed it with vanilla and made it a bit sweeter and a bit of that Coach DNA, that is what you get with this. It is a really nice all-around versatile fragrance. And it has that sweetness in it, which you guys know I'm a sucker for sweet fragrances. And that vanilla in it really just sets this apart. It's a unique fragrance, not one that you see done very often. So I would definitely try it out. And all of these fragrances, I got them for like $35 or under. The only one that I didn't was the one Eau De Parfum, but it was just because if you want to know why I just had to buy a full bottle, I've said this in my other videos. I've had the one Eau De Parfum for as long as it's been out, but I work at home. I also have an office downtown. I haven't been downtown in freaking forever, and my bottle's in my desk drawer, and I knew I wouldn't be getting down for another 6 months. And the one is my favorite fragrance to wear in the morning. I like to wake up. I like the fact that it doesn't last super long. So I wake up, I spray it. I have 3 or 4 different morning scents that I love to wear in the morning, and this is one of them. So I wanted to rebuy it. So anyway, let's get back to the questions. Now that we have 20 people in here, I'm going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the video. And if you want to know what the giveaway is, It is every one of the ones that are in this box that I did not cover in this video or that I won't cover. So let's go through and tell you what they're going to be. They're going to be Polo Blue, La Mall. If you want Ludici, you can take it because I don't like it. Azzaro, the most wanted. Aqua de Joe. Bad Boy. Rouse Club. Versace Eros. Gentleman Givenchy. Toilette. No, that's not the right one. That's the one that that's Boise. You can have that. YSLY EDP. 1 million Elixir. And Dolce & Gabbana's K. Invictus Platinum. Terray Essence. And those are the ones that you'll be getting as the giveaway winner. So you'll be getting about 18 samples of fragrances. So what's up, Camzat? What's up, Jay Lanes? So let me finish what Hunter said earlier. The one that it was timeless. I just feel that everyone and their mother just smelled that one. Yeah. See, Pyro Brothers team, I don't get that. And I'm just going to drop that, what I think about that now. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't walk around smelling people. If somebody walks by me and they smell fantastic, I will either ask them what they're wearing, if it's not awkward, or I'll just look at my wife and say, that person smelled great. But unless you're going to a club, for the most part, I don't smell people. And maybe if you were in Europe where they wear fragrances, and if you're walking down the street, which it does, if you live in Europe, you know what I'm talking about. Walking down the street in London, for instance, is not the same as walking down the street in New York. In London, you will smell everybody that walks by you. 99% of them are wearing something. But the people that are in New York, maybe 25% of people are wearing something that you'd be able to notice. So with that said, there is not really, unless you're in high school, there's not really any fragrances that are played out in America, except for Aqua de Gio, pretty much anything from that DNA. That's why I stay away from it, other than Absolute. Absolute is the least amount of DNA. If you do like the de Gio DNA and you want to wear it, feel comfortable wearing it. But I prefer to stay away from it because if there is a played out fragrance, it's that and Sauvage. Bleu de Chanel is also in there, but I don't really care. Bleu de Chanel is freaking great. But other than that, there's not really any fragrances. I have never smelled Dolce & Gabbana's The One Eau De Parfum on anybody in my life. I don't know if you guys have, maybe in school, but I can't tell you that before I had Dolce & Gabbana The One Eau De Parfum that I ever had somebody next to me that smelled like that, because if they did, I would have asked them. And so that's just my opinion on it. Coach Blue, I get YSLY vibes, but certainly not a clone. YSLY is YSLY to me. There's only one that I would say has that YSLY-ness to it, and there's somebody out there that me and him argue to death about, and that's Artisan Teal. Artisan Teal, I feel like smells like a mix between like a more florally, a little bit more sweet and lighter version of YSLY EDT or EDP, whichever one you get more from. But other than that, Coach Blue is closer to something like a Zara Wanted Tonic or CK Defy. I mean, they're in that vein. It's more of that fresh, semi-fruity fragrance. Doesn't have the vetiver or anything. I mean, I was just saying it's in that kind of vein. So that's where it's different. It's not necessarily a blue fragrance. It's a nice, clean, fresh fragrance. It's not my favorite in the line. Again, if I had to put it in order, it would be this one. If I had to get rid of every collection, all my collection but Coach, this would be my signature scent. Coach for Men would be my random pull. And Coach Blue would be my gym scent, or just like going in the garden or whatever, just random things. I love the new Nautica Ocean Pacific. I think that it only comes in a 50 milliliter. Yeah, I'm never in a million years going to buy a Nautica Ocean Pacific 50 milliliter or a Nautica anything 50 milliliters for $40. Um, if you guys can, if you really want me to check out that Nautica, which I was only asking for your benefit, if I get enough people, like 50, that say they want me to try it and review it, I will. But honestly, I don't really care that much about Nautica. I think that Nautica is cheap. There are good Nauticas out there like Voyage and Blue that are okay, and worn in certain situations, like at the beach, going into the water. You can waste a bunch of sprays, but I also have a bunch in my collection that are good. But I mean, if you need to save money on things, Nautica is a great collection. It's just I'm not going to spend $40 on a fragrance that's a 50 mil, especially when I don't have 50 mils in my collection. I have a nice little safe little cubby hole called my never wear bag, and it's in my drawer in there that has my Nauticas, my Jupes or Yopes, whatever you call them, and a bunch of guesses and Cubas. That's where they all go into a big leather bag in the bottom of my drawer. Teal equals YSLY EDP. Yeah, I get more EDT, but I do see where people say EDP. I agree with ADG. Absolute. It's freaking amazing. Yeah, it's fantastic. Okay, I'll take them all. Okay, you can have them. If you win, obviously. An unboxed bottle could last 10 plus years without going bad. I stocked up. Some of those are the most wanted. It's not necessarily the box, because if you look at the box, it has a seal on it. Here, I'll show you this. If you can stick your finger underneath that, which you can, then air is getting in. If it was shrink wrapped, that's a different story. But oils take a long time to go bad, in certain fragrances more than others. For instance, I've had my Aqua de Joe since, Jen, was it 2006 that I said that was that batch code? My Aqua de Joe, I looked up my batch code and it was 2006. And it still smells just like Aqua de Joe. So it depends on the fragrance. Obviously, if you're buying a Nautica, it's probably not going to last that long. I also found my Lacoste Essential from whenever I was 2009, and it still smells the exact same. Nautica Competition, I wore it in 1999, and I found a baby thing about this big, and it still smelled about 99% the same. So there are fragrances that can last a long time. There are fragrances that turn, and when they turn, they smell like complete shit. And so let me give you an example. The entire house of Dua, they go bad. And when they go bad, they are rank. They're terrible. Jeff from SoCal Sense, I sent a list about all the things he was giving away. I bought every one of his Duas because people on my channel were saying Dua was this fantastic place and this fantastic clone house. And so I tried a bunch of them, and half of them were just disgustingly turned. There was like a quarter of them that were like vegetable oil, and it was like vegetable oil fragrance, and it was just terrible. And then there was a couple good ones. I'll get into that in a different video. But Dua is not that great. I know there was one guy that is sponsored by Dua that did a video about candies, and they have one called #candy. And he said it smells just like it. I said, yeah, if you powdered it, put it in a bunch of dog crap, because it doesn't smell good. So, yes, to answer your question, fragrances can turn, but will they last 10 years? Yes. Fragrances, there's a misconception about fragrances. A lot of people say, and I know when I first started my channel, a lot of people were saying, you shouldn't keep fragrances that long. They only last 3 to 5 years. That's not the way it works. The way it works is, let's say you have a fine wine and you like to age that wine. The wine gets better with age. It's the same with fragrance, except for it's the opposite. Once you get to 5 years, I'd say about 5 years is where it starts to go from 99% concentration to 95% concentration. to 93% concentration. And so it will just be weaker and weaker as the years go on. And so you'll start to notice that your fragrances almost smell watered down. They don't project as well, the longevity, but it does take a long time, especially for the higher quality designers like Chanel and Aqua and Armani. But if you had something like First Instinct or Fierce, that'll probably go bad in about 5 years. You probably won't be able to smell it anymore. So as far as those are concerned, yes, I would just make sure that if you're keeping it sealed, wrap it in shrink wrap or something like that in the meantime. But fragrances, I wouldn't hold on to them for more than 10 years. If you bought a bunch, they'll be good for 10 years. But by that 10-year mark, they're probably going to be so weak that you won't be able to smell them as well anymore. I can't tell you for sure, but that's just my way of looking at it. Is I like to finish fragrances about 5 years. If I'm holding on to them for certain reasons, I like to get rid of them by year 5. What's up, Nigel? What don't you like about Ludici? Okay. Let me get back into these. Sorry, I was going on a rant there for a second. So Ludici, I tested it out with the other 2 last night, but only for a half a second because I dropped it. Whenever I dropped it, I got it all over my hand. And so I won't even spray it. I'll just tell you what I smell. I don't like Ludici because it's floral. I don't like floral fragrances. I can't say that. There's fragrances that I like florals in. I like jasmine. I like a bunch of different florals in fragrances when they're well mixed in and not the main note. So in Ludici, all I pick up is florals. There's obviously some background, and as it dries down, it does get a little bit better. But whenever I smell florals in this type of manner, like Ludici does, it leans feminine to the point where it reminds me of, and I've said this in my video before, I don't like perfumey women's fragrances. I did the Mother's Day special where I did all the women's fragrances. I don't like Dior, J'adore Dior, because it is, even though it's popular among women, it is just over florally. And so Ludici, while it has some great background nuances, the main notes you get in there are florals, and they are heavy florals that just pretty much take over the fragrance and remind me of my grandma. So to you, those of you who like florals, fantastic. I just do not like floral heavy fragrances, which is another reason why I do not like, with a passion, Moschino Toy Boy. I do not like this. Sam, I am. It's a terrible fragrance. If you love it, great. I'm not knocking you. You can like what you like. I don't like floral fragrances. And Moschino Toy Boy, I smelled it right before I started this video, and it is also floral heavy. It also has this like musky feel to it and I can smell it now even on this little thing. They both are floral heavy. This one's not as bad, but Moschino Toy Boy, it smells like cough syrup mixed with a bunch of florals. Does anybody agree with me? Have you ever smelled Toy Boy? Because let me look up the main notes for that. I never even looked up the notes for them. I could be wrong. There might not be any florals in it at all. All right. Toy Boy. If you ever hear like random noises in the background, it's because my wife talks to my dog. I think she doesn't even realize she's talking to my dog 90% of the time. She just does it. Yeah, rose. That is one of my least favorite notes in a fragrance unless it's well mixed in. There are certain rose fragrances out there that I do like. For instance, the 1 Million that has the rose in it, I actually do like that. But the main notes in here are saying that it's rose and sweet notes. So yeah, rose is not a good fragrance note, especially when it's used as the main player. And this is like a synthetic rose, so it's just not good. So I'm not going to go too much into that. I don't like being negative towards fragrances, but if there was, I'm glad I've never tried an Issey Miyake fragrance. If there are any out there that don't have florals in them, please let me know here in the chat and I will test them out. But I've never smelled a Ludisi or a Issey Miyake because they don't have them around me, and I don't blind buy fragrances, especially ones that I've never tried before. Moschino Toy Boy, I actually almost picked that up whenever I first started my collection, just because the bottle looked cool, and there was a lot of fragrance reviewers that were saying, you need to get your nose on it. Well, I got my nose on it now, and it smells like a sweet butt. It's just, it's not good. But I mean, you like whatever you like. Rose is just the main note in there, and it smells like a very synthetic, sweet, floral fragrance. And that's just not for me, but if you like those type of fragrances, if you like the heavier leaning feminine fragrances, that's fantastic. Like what you like. This is the one that I've been the most excited about. I haven't tried this yet, and I'm really excited to try it. And what's weird is that Chrome was my ultimate fragrance growing up. This is Chrome Eau De Parfum, just released in 2022. The original Chrome was one of my favorites. It's obviously generic now, but still good. There's a bunch of flankers that are from the Chrome that I've had, the one with T Chrome United, I believe. I haven't really found one that I liked that much except for Extreme. So I'm excited to try this out. Let me get a tester strip here. Oh, I can smell that in the air. That's good. Let me read some of your comments for a second. Gabe's, thank God I never bought a Dua. I knew they were, yeah, they're real sketchy. Would you say the new Lacoste Eau Fraiche is worlds better than the Blanco? Yes. The Lacoste Eau Fraiche and the Blanc. I don't have the Eau Fraiche out here, but is it worlds better? I wouldn't say worlds because obviously I have the Blanc and it's here in the front of my collection. But you get that Blanc that has those, the Eau de Toilette, which is like a synthetic grapefruit mixed with a bit of green notes and some woods. Really nice fragrance. Random pull, doesn't last that long. Then you get the Eau de Parfum, which is finger lime, green notes, and a bit of woods that mix together real nice and doesn't last that long, probably 4 or 5 hours. It's really good, though. Me and my wife do like it. She likes it a lot. But the newest one is her favorite, the Lacoste Eau Fraiche, because it's probably the most unique from the line. That ginger in there, the green notes, the way that sweetness and the citruses mixes together with that green air, like it's very airy. There's not a fragrance out there that's like it. It's very hard for reviewers like myself to be able to explain the fragrance because there's a lot going on in it. The best way I can explain Lacoste Blanco Fraiche is if you were walking through the woods, smelling the woods as if it's like a really nice windy day out, and then you just smell a lemon. That is exactly what you get. It's the best way to explain it. It's airy, it's woody, it's green, it's citrusy, and that is the fragrance, and it's fantastic. If anybody wants to try a unique, fresh fragrance, Lacoste Blanco Fresh is great, especially for the price. Toy Boy smells like pickle jar. I don't get pickle jar. I mean, maybe if the pickle jar was full of roses, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Toy Boy is okay. Toy Boy, if you guys like them, that's fantastic. Would you say? I already read that one. Toy Boy was the only cologne that I could not wait to take the cologne off. Yes, that's exactly how I feel, Jacob. It's the strongest rose scent for men. It's a beast mode. Oh, it definitely is a beast mode. I sprayed it on my hand by accident, and then I also sprayed it. I can't even find it now. I sprayed it on the inside of this, and it smelled so bad. I had to put it in my closet underneath my Chanel box because it was just smelled so bad. Whoa. I hate rose as well. Zara signature rose killed its samples coming soon. Oh, Kamzat. So, guys, just want to let you know, Kamzat was the winner. Robbie, he sent me a bunch of samples for my birthday. They're on their way now. He's the one who won my last giveaway, the Lamal. He said that he loves it. I also sent him 4 different samples or I guess, decants, because they're not samples. They're about this big. So he also sent me a few Parfums de Marly and Zara Hoff samples. So thanks, Kamzat. Really amazing. And my favorite notes in a fragrance. My favorite note in a fragrance, toffee. Yeah, toffee. I would say vanilla because I like the sweeter fragrances, but if vanilla is done wrong or overpowering, I don't like it. I don't like, and I know some people, I've said this in previous videos and no one really hated on me for it. So I don't like Spice Bomb Extreme. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I prefer infrared over extreme because the vanilla in it is just, it stings my nose for some reason. It's just one of those fragrances that everybody else might like, but it just does something to my nose that I just can't. It gives me a headache. And the second one, very similar vein than Extreme, is Armani Code Absolute. I can't do that either. Those vanilla, it's powdery vanilla, just doesn't do it for me. It makes my nose, I can't do it. But my favorite fragrance notes are toffee, ginger, amberwood, plum. Toffee, ginger, amberwood, plum, and apple. Those are my 5 favorite. What are your guys' favorite notes in a fragrance? Oh, it's already 7:56. All right, let's do this. 8:10. So that'll be 15 minutes. You guys ask any questions that you want. If you just joined, at 8:10, we're going to be doing the giveaway. So you know that I don't cheat on my giveaway. Ask anybody who's won a giveaway in my chat. I don't play around. I don't fuck around with my giveaways. You win it, you get it. And you get it quickly. You'll get it in 3 or 4 days. You're getting everything on here that I didn't name in this video. So I'll go over it again. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. That's mine. I want that. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Those are all yours. And if you want me to throw in Ludici and Moschino Toy Boy, take them. I don't care. I'll throw them in anyway. Just get them out of my face. Amber. Oh, yeah. I said amber wood. So amber is also a good one. I would have also said benzoin, but that also comes off kind of vanillic. I also would have said, to me, you could put vanilla, amber, tonka bean, benzoin, styrax, all in the same category. They're all pretty much that sweetening, creamy, sometimes powdery, depends. No, they're really nice. Favorite plum fragrance. That's if anybody in my chat, the first person to tell you what you think my favorite plum fragrance is, I'll make you up 2 decants of something and send it to you. The first person to get it right. Joe Tap, you the winner. All right, Joe Tap, you can email me. My email is in my chat. If you see anything in my video that you like, any of my videos, other than the 25 and 5 videos, pick 2 and then email me which ones you want with your address. I'll send them to you. It is Versace Hawas or Havas. Favorite plum fragrance by far. If you guys didn't get your nose on it, then you better. Joma Shop, $39.99. Fantastic fragrance. Never tried Tom Ford Plum Japonais. 1 Million Lucky was number 2. Although I do have to say, Bad Boy Cobalt, the way that they use that plum in the opening of Bad Boy Cobalt, I like better than 1 Million Lucky. And I'm starting to come around to Invictus Platinum. It's like Bad Boy Cobalt almost all the way through. The more I wear it, the more I think that it's more similar to Bad Boy Cobalt's opening than 1 Million Lucky, but I still got to wear it more. It's kind of confusing for me. $40 before Ross's video. What's that mean? Oh, grab my Hawass for under $40 before us. Yeah. Is Ross that TLTG guy? I don't watch many reviewers. The only person that there's a few of them. SoCal Sense. Jen Sense was on there for a while, but some of the fragrances he reviews now just, I mean, he's the most knowledgeable person I think that's out there. I don't know if he went through some kind of perfumery school or what he did, but if you're looking for somebody that knows what notes are, and he's the one to go to. If you're looking for someone who can give you the best tips for fragrances to wear, SoCal Sense Jeff is the best guy for that because he has worn a lot. He doesn't consider himself a reviewer. He is basically a fragrance comparison person. He likes to compare fragrances. TLTG, I've heard, does nice things. I saw one of his videos before pop up on my screen, but I never clicked on it. And then there's one guy that I really don't like because he reads the labels. What's his name? He's a perfumer. Aaron Terrence Hughes. Aaron Terrence Hughes doesn't make sense. I actually thought he was okay. And then he started reviewing on another guy's channel. He was reviewing The Most Wanted, and he called it a citrus fragrance, which it is not citrus at all. And then he was talking about Spice Bomb Infrared, and he said it is a citrus-heavy, safe, basic fragrance that is great for office. And if anybody has ever smelled Spice Bomb Infrared, it smells like a cinnamon stick or big red gum mixed with vanillas and red fruits, the opposite of safe. And not only that, he reads the notes off of the ingredients and then just tries to explain them. I understand he's a perfumer and stuff. It's just what he talks about confuses the heck out of me. As a perfumer, I don't know how you get citrus from a fragrance that is heavy on chili pepper and fruit and cinnamon. It smells like Big Red, but whatever. I don't like putting people down, but I just feel like I should throw that out. Ross drove the price up. I don't know about that because I bought my bottle of Versace Hawass, my second bottle. I bought it in February for $75. It was the lowest price that they had at that point in time. And then I gave it away. It was my first giveaway that I lost. And I bought it the next day, and it was $39.99. And it has been $39.99 ever since. So I don't think he drove the prices up. Maybe at one point in time he drove the prices up. But, yeah. Daniel Duran, you said that you like vanilla. How about Mercedes? Oh, I love Club Black. It's a really nice fragrance. It's great for fall and winter. I've always liked Club Black. I agree with Kamzat. It's also one of those ones that can give people a headache because of the amount of vanilla in it and the amount of sweetness. Some people can see it as cloying. I prefer to wear it as one or two sprays. It's not one of those fragrances that I would choose over the Azzaros or the Armani codes or anything like that, or the Ultramall, but it's good. It's a good fragrance that I would definitely recommend as a random pull. If you're looking for something that's a decent price, usually on FragranceNet, I would definitely recommend Club Black whenever the vanilla, when the vanilla comes around, when fall and winter come around. That guy is a clown. Yeah, he's a clown, super clown, like Krusty the Clown. Club Black gave me a headache. Yeah, I already read that. Yeah, Unfragmental. Yeah, that's where it was, and that's hilarious. Mercedes-Benz Select Night is now my favorite over Club Black. I have not tried Select Night. I don't know if it was Kamzat or Mo. They're my two most commented people on my channel. I told them I don't really have many car fragrances. The car fragrances I have Ferrari Pure Lavender is discontinued. I have Mercedes-Benz Color Black, obviously. And then I have a Cadillac Coupe, which I reviewed, which is good, but also discontinued. Can I find, what do you think about Jupe Jump? I don't have it. Never tried it. A Jupe is a terrible fragrance, the original one, so I haven't really got around to any of them other than Eau De Wild. Am I getting that confused with something else? It is Eau De Wild, right? Because I just did Insurrection Too Wild. It's called Eau De Wild, right? I need to go check my Klein. That's what it is. Jaguar Pace. That's another one I do like. I don't have it, but I do like it. Jaguar Pace is probably the number 1 or number 2 car fragrance out there. Sorry, I can't answer the Jupe Jump, but the original Yope just kind of gave me a really bad taste in my mouth when it came to Yopes. So I got the Eau De Wild before I actually got the original Yope, so that's why I bought that. So I'll get you a Jump if you want me to try to get that. I'll get it and I'll review it for you if you want me to. Purple Bam. Tariq, hello. Can I find a really good clone of Bleu de Chanel in your opinion? I'm not a big fan of clones unless they're discontinued fragrances. One of Bleu de Chanel, Aqua Atlantique Blue, is very good. You can't find Aqua Atlantique Blue anymore? Yeah, let me see. I thought I just saw it online the other day. Bleu de Chanel. Sorry, I'm looking this up. If you guys have any questions, we're about to do the giveaway. Oh, and are you talking about the Bleu de Chanel or Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum or the Parfum? Which one are you talking about? It's ACQUA Essential. The blue. Yeah, Aqua Essential Blues everywhere. You can find it on Fragrance Net for $18. You can find it on Fragrance X for $19. But if you're talking about Bleu de Chanel or Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum, I would recommend. I don't have that Missoni here. Missoni Pour Homme. That's a decent one. I would never recommend anything over the original Bleu de Chanel as it's not as good. But the Bleu de Chanel, if you're looking for a clone and you like the Aqua Essential Blue, it's still on there pretty much everywhere. Let me get through the rest of these questions. If you guys have any more questions in the next 3 minutes, I'll go over them and then we'll do the giveaway and then we'll be done. Let's see. Try the Yoke Wow Fresh. Those are hitting the rack stores for 15. I will throw the. I wouldn't say your name, but I'll throw that on my list. What I do is whenever I find a fragrance that is expensive or kind of mid tier, like $70 to $150, I buy that along with 3 or 4 cheap fragrances that are under $50. So I will throw that right now. I only have 3 on my list that I need to pick up, so I'll throw that onto the list as one of my next ones to pick up, along with Yope Jump. Some of the Bentley bottles have become pretty popular. Bentley Intense is a decent cheapie. There's a guy named Mark in one of my subscribers. He said that he also likes Bentley Absolute. There is no Bentley fragrances around me. I haven't seen one at a rack store. I haven't even got to experience a package of it. Macy's doesn't have it. Sephora, Ulta. I've never seen one except for online, but they don't have them at any of my rack stores. And I'm not going to pick one up unless somebody tells me to, because I haven't heard anything good about Bentley except for I think there was 2 of them that I heard something really good about, and I can't remember what they are. That might have been one of them. Jupe Wild is a good scent. Ferrari Scuderia Forte is my favorite plum fragrance. If you like Gentleman Givenchy only and Armani's strong with you vibes. Huh. So it's a fall and winter type fragrance. Let's see. That's interesting. I'll try that out. All right. Oh, I have one more. Jean Varvatos, the original one. Jean Varvatos Eau De Toilette. And yeah, you guys might think I'm nuts for not trying this, but it is. It's one of the ones I've tried before. I didn't know. They don't have the picture of the bottle on it, so I didn't know what it was. But yeah, I've tried that. I don't like Jean Varvatos. Let's just put it that way. Not that good. It's the only Jean Varvatos that I like is there's 3. Jean Varvatos Double X is fantastic. If you're looking for a fragrance that has apple in it, Jean Varvatos Double X is great for fall and winter. Also early spring. That's a really nice fragrance. Jean Varvatos Artisan Teal. If you don't have the YSL line, it's a fantastic fragrance. A bit sweeter, a little bit more florally, but that's the type of fragrance I'm telling you that I do like florals in. It's good. And then the third one, only if it's super freaking hot outside, Artisan. You have to wear Artisan in the super high heat. If you don't, it smells bad. So Bentley Silver Lake. That was the one I was talking about, Gigolo. I didn't know what there was one of them that was like a 4.4 on Fragrantica, Fragrantica, and I wanted to try it, and it's Bentley Silver Lake, so I'm writing it down. All right, time for the giveaway. So let me finish the questions. I have Azzaro Wanted by Night, and the Most Wanted. Do you recommend buying and adding the collection Most Wanted Parfum? Tarek, you need to wait. So the Most Wanted is great for all seasons. Summer, obviously, you wear it in the nighttime. Most Wanted Parfum is good for every season but summer, unless you live somewhere like where I live, where you can still wear it at night. But to me, I would wait until fall because the prices for Azzaro fragrances, they drop astonishingly over like 6 months. You'll start seeing it on like Fragrance Net and stuff like that, Fragrance X, Fragrance Buy for 40, 50, 60 bucks. And it's more aimed at the fall, winter, and early spring. That's what it's best for. So I would hold off. But if you have all of those, the Most Wanted Parfum is different than the Most Wanted. So in this one, you get that freshness, you get that toffee, yes, but you get that amberwood. In this one, it's a little bit thicker, a little bit deeper. It lasts longer, about an hour or so longer, but it doesn't project as much. For most people that they don't know that as you go up in concentration, the longevity usually gets better, should get better, but the projection is usually less. It's just the way that it works. Usually when you go from an Eau de Toilette to the Eau de Parfum, it's not going to project as heavily. It's going to last a lot longer. And that's what happens here. So you get decent projection from the Parfum, but only for about an hour or two. And then it becomes more of a closer to the skin scent. But it is a fantastic fragrance. This is a little bit more gourmand than this. This is more mature, a little bit more masculine. But they are two different fragrances, especially when you get to the dry down on this. The ginger and bourbon vanilla mixture is just absolutely fantastic. I would have to say combined, these are my favorite fragrance in pretty much any fragrance. I know that's saying a lot, but I've always said it. I will maintain that. Azzaro's Most Wanted, both of them together, are my favorite fragrance. All right, so Jean Varvatos Platinum is my favorite from the line. I just don't like Jean Varvatos that much. That's probably why. And they're notoriously poor performance. Completely agree. Call me crazy. Do you get the burning woody accord from the Most Wanted Parfum and the dry down? For some reason, I don't. I know what you're talking about, though. I can sense what you're talking about, but to me, it's the way that bourbon vanilla mixes with the amberwood in there that kind of gives off that vibe. And also I get a bit of incense in there, which provides a bit of smoke, which does give you that vibe of burning wood. So I do understand what you're saying. All right. Put your name in the chat. Say not your name. Just say I'm in. As long as you are in here right now and you say I'm in, you are entered into the giveaway to win all the ones that I mentioned on here. QRUQID. All right, I got QRUQID. I got Colby. I got Mason Wilt. I got Joe Tap, Julian the Ghost. Hunter, Pyro Brothers. Crimson, Nigel. Tarek, John, Daniel. Matt, Gabe, Jacob. Bank, Gigolo, Sun Devil. Al, Jacob. Hey, come on, Al. Only once, bud. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, it's over. I'm going to cut these up, put them in a hat, pick your name out. If you win, you have 48 hours to send me an email. Oh, did you not want to win? Was it Camzat? Did you not want to win? You even if you win Camzat, just an FYI for future information on any of my lives or any giveaways, you can still win again. But I'm pretty sure that everybody here is probably happy that there's one name that's excluded. So anyway, email me. My name is in every single video's description. Email me, letting me know what your address is, and I will ship it out to you within, well, it's the weekend, so I'll ship it out on Monday. Jen, do you want to pick somebody's name? You don't have to. You can just pick it over there. Just pick the name and then. What? Crimson, you are the winner. Congratulations. KRIMZYN. So I think I'm just going to do this every live. So again, guys, the lives are going to be on Sundays. I'm sorry about the timing today. Cheesecake Factory waitress was just a complete biatch and held us there for about 2.5 hours. So next week, another Sunday, we'll see about doing the giveaway. I told you I'm only going to do the giveaways if I have enough people in the chat. I have to get over 20 in order for it to even be worth doing. I think you guys can all agree to that. But is there anything else that you guys want me to discuss? Any other questions that you guys have? I don't have anything to do. So if you still want to talk, we could still talk. I don't care. Bentley for Men Absolute smells like a discontinued Gucci Pour Homme. That's what I've heard, actually. I've actually heard those two combined. Have you tried layering the two most wanted? Yeah, that's why I was saying them together is my favorite. Like, I like layering them. The way that I like to layer them during the warmer days, I'll put the most wanted parfum down first. So I'll show you guys right now, since my cologne's pretty much all wore off. My wife and daughter got me this light blue Eau Intense. Even though I've had it before, they got it for me. They also got me Allure Homme Edition Blanche, which is a fantastic fragrance for the summer. It smells like vanilla and lemon, like a lemon meringue pie almost. What was I even freaking talking about? Oh. So it's nighttime. My fragrance is just about worn off. So this is how you layer. This is how I layer, I should say. So on a warmer night like this, I would go like this, Take the Most Wanted Parfum about a foot away. Spray it on both pulse points, because then that will give you, if you spray it all in one spot, which is what I normally do, like one spot, close up, you can't mix them together well. So then you take the other one, and I do 2 sprays of this one, and then that's all you have to do. You can put them on your arms as well, but with these type of fragrances, especially because I'll be taking a shower in a couple hours, the best way to do it so that they meld together. I know a lot of people are saying, whenever I mix fragrances, the one that I spray on top is always the one that I smell. It's because you're not doing it right. You have to get that entire area covered, because if you don't and you just have it all in one spot, it's not going to mix together well. Just spray them together well, and then these 2 together smell freaking amazing. It's that toffee, that vanilla, that ginger all mixed together. And honestly, I wish they would come out with a 3rd version of this, an elixir called Most Wanted by Night Elixir. And I think that would be fantastic. I'm going to, Daniel, the Star Wars videos, when I start a series, I don't stop a series until somebody tells me that it's boring. So I'll be doing Star Wars themed. It's the Attack of the Clone series. The next one, obviously. Okay, how about this? There's still 20 of you guys. So you guys pick which one is my next Star Wars Attack of the Clones video. Detour Noir, which is a latent clone by Parfums de Marly, or Club de Nuit, or CDNIM, which is a clone of Aventus, apparently. Which one do you guys want me to do in my Attack of the Clones video that will come out in 2 days? I already think that I know what the answer is, but yeah. Detour Noir, it is. I'm actually really excited to try that. Should I just unbox it right now? I want to see what it looks like, but do you guys want me to do a full video, like with the whole unboxing, or do you want to just see it now? Cruid, I don't know how you say your name. I don't like Aventus clones either. I just did this for other people. I prefer Aventus, to be honest with you. Okay. Let's open it up. Because I guess my Attack of the Clones videos aren't really first impressions. So, and I'm not, I guess that's fine, whatever. Not really worried about it. So anyway, Detour Noir has a big D going across. The box actually kind of feels like if you put a piece of candy in your mouth and then you took it out of your mouth, it makes your hands all sticky. What's up, Mo? How you doing, bud? Nigel, you can save for the video, but we know you want to open it. I do want to open it. I love Leighton, so I'm excited for this. It's actually pretty cool. I did not, from the front, you can't tell, but it has this this wave on the back. And it still feels like this, if you can see it up close, it feels like wet candy in your hand. It's sticky. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't even know how this cap comes. Okay, there we go. Should I smell it now or wait? You know what? It oh, God. I'm an idiot. So, look. So, we got the men, and then we got the pregnant woman. It's like a pregnant woman. Doesn't that look like she got her belly sticking out? It literally, that's what this looks like. From the side, at least. That's funny. All right. So, should I test it now? I don't know. I need 10 yeses for me to test it now. Or I'm going to do a first impression of it right after this live. I don't know. I don't know if you guys want me to do a first impression or if I need to smell it now. When I got my bottle, I was like, what is this? Good call when Peggy holds their back. Yeah, it's that's what they look like. Like they're going like this. Like, or if like whatever you try to push your stomach out real far. That's exactly what it looks like. I think it's funny. I know. I thought the bottle was really ugly. I actually prefer Lalique white and black. I have that on the way as well, but it's coming from Scentbox, so I won't have the full presentation of the Lalique. I wanted to try all three together, but it's not going to be in for a while. You know what? I don't even care. I'm just going to test it out right now. I'm not going to test it out side by side with Leighton, though. I'll save that for my video. I don't want to kind of give it away, even though I know what Leighton smells like. I wear it all the time. Atomizer sucks. The atomizer, it smells like Leighton. Yep, I can smell it just waving it. Okay, so it's not as natural as Leighton, but it smells like Leighton. It's not as strong as Leighton either. It has that apple note. It's off. I'm throwing the tester away now. I don't want to smell it anymore because I don't want to ruin it more for the video. But just based on that, based on what I just smelled, it's about 85% to 90% Leighton. But Leighton does smell better. I can say that. But is it a good clone? Is it one that you guys are going to like? You'll just have to wait for my fucking video because I ain't telling you guys that right now. It smells good. It's definitely a one that's going to stay on the shelf and not in the Yoke bag. It's really nice. Parfums de Marly. Even if you have a clone of Parfums de Marly, nothing's going to smell like Parfums de Marly. I just did a test yesterday of Parfums de Marly Percival versus Mont Blanc Legend. And I can still tell you, Percival is 1,000 times better. They smell very similar, yes, but you can see the difference, not only in the performance, the longevity, all of that. You can see the difference in the smell. You can smell it and say, okay, this one smells like Parfums de Marly Percival. This one smells like Mont Blanc Legend. I can smell the difference. But how many people in this chat right now are going to be willing to spend $240 for a 50 milliliter or 100 milliliter of Leighton or Percival? They would rather pick up something for $30 if it smells remotely similar. And I get that. I'm not a hater of clones. I like clones. I wear clones, but would I still rather wear Leighton, Percival, and Carlisle than the other ones I mentioned? Yes, I would. And I continue to tell you that. I will tell you if there is a fragrance that I would rather wear over its counterpart, for instance, Insurrection Too Wild. I reviewed it the other day. It is a clone of Pure Havane, and it is legit like they took Pure Havane and rebottled it with the whatever they had remaining when they discontinued it. It smells almost identical. It is a fantastic. It lasts really a really nice time, almost the same amount as Havane, if not the same. And I paired them side by side, and so I would rather wear the Insurrection Too Wild anytime because now I can save my Pure Havane for the next couple years and maybe sell them or just hold on to them for special occasions. So there are cases like that where I'd rather wear it. But like my video before that, Millesime Imperial versus Milestone, I will probably not wear Milestone on a daily basis. I won't. I'd rather wear the 15 milliliter decant of Millesime Imperial that I have and then get another 15 milliliter decant of Millesime Imperial because it's just better. It just is. But if I find fragrances that are wearable, I will tell you. I will give you all the information you need to know just in case you want to save the money for yourselves. Yeah, it is good. Smell now, full review later. That's what I did. I threw the test strip. I don't want to smell it anymore. It smells good. That apple is there. That sweetness is there. That thick, that richness that you get from Leighton is there. It takes away, some people say they get a headache from it. It takes away a bit of that. I also noticed it's not as powerful as Leighton, just based on what I smell on the tester. But I will tell you, I will spray them on my wrist in the video. I'll put Leighton on one and I'll put Detour on the other. And if Lalique White and Black gets here in time, I will spray that on right down there. But I should have all three. If I don't have all three for the video, I will do a combined a video where I do all three of them next to each other, but it won't be an Attack of the Clones. This week, I am not doing the video for 25 and 5. I didn't have the time. It was my birthday. My daughter had the flu. So that's why I like doing these lives on Mondays. I have a video coming out tomorrow, speaking of Parfums de Marly, for Sedley. That will be my video for tomorrow. Then my Detour Noir versus Leighton will be on Tuesday. And then my 25 and 5 video will be then on Wednesday. If you guys like those, I hope you do. Yes, the Yoke bag funny thing. That's the first video I ever saw of you saying how it's just terrible. I would rather, and I'll say this a million times, I would rather cover up Yope with my dog's shit than wear Yope or smell Yope. I wouldn't use it. I actually, the first time I got it, before I even sprayed it on myself, I was spraying it in the bathroom after my daughter had went in there. She'll probably kill me if she watches this video. And I actually had to go in there and spray a bunch of Bleu de Chanel afterwards because it smelled so bad. Meaning Yope smelled really bad. Prada Lunarosa Carbon is better than Dior Sauvage, in my opinion. Do you agree? I agree. Lunarosa Carbon is better than Sauvage. With that said, there are only a very few amount of brands or designers that I don't like. I don't like the line of Sauvage outside of Elixir. I do not like Prada fragrances. I like Prada L'Homme for what it does and what it's used for. Would I use it going on a date? Would I use it? No. My wife actually said yesterday she thinks that should be one of my next pickups, and I agree. I've had decants of it before, just never got out. Prada, to me, they center their entire fragrance collection based on linens and clean things, linens, soaps, whatnot, and I just don't like that. It's not my cup of tea. I like the stronger, more noticeable fragrances, the ones that do something different. Prada Lunarosa Black isn't bad. I like that, actually. It's decent. It's not one of my favorites. I would choose a bunch of other ones over it. But if I had to pick two Pradas, it would be the Black and the original L'Homme. Those would be the two that I think are worth it from Prada, but I don't like Sauvage more, so I would choose Prada Lunarosa Carbon over Sauvage. Yes, I definitely would. And somebody also asked if you want a clone of Bleu de Chanel. It's not a clone of Bleu de Chanel, but it's similar and it's a lot cheaper. You can find it on Fragrance Net, Fragrance X a lot of times for cheaper, and that is Versace Dylan Blue. It's in the same vein. It has a very similar makeup than Bleu de Chanel, and you can find it a lot of times for $40. Before I end the stream, okay, I will. I should start doing that in my Star Wars videos. Have you gotten your nose on Prada Lunarosa Ocean? Prada Ocean? Yeah, I don't like it. There is some, my wife doesn't like it either. She smelled it at Macy's a couple times. I usually like SoCal Sense Jeff. And I know I say his name a lot, but I get a lot of really good ideas from him. He talks about Prada Ocean a lot. And I don't like it. It's not something I think is hype worthy. I think it's a good fragrance. It's not great. It's not one that I think is worth a full retail price. If you can find it for a good deal, then yes. But Prada Ocean is just a basic fragrance. It's nothing out of the box. Maybe it's better in the high heat where he lives, where it's like 95 degrees every day. But for me, Prada Ocean doesn't do it for me. I don't know about other people in the stream, but I've never heard many big things about Prada Ocean, and I don't think it's one that should be mentioned that often. Best date night fragrance for younger men. Date night fragrance. I know I'll probably say this again, but best date night fragrance for men is probably either Lunarosa Black, Azzaro for young men. This one's great for all ages. Azzaro is the most wanted parfum, or most wanted. It is a really nice gourmand fragrance that's great for nights out. You also have your Aqua de Joe Absolute, which is great for warm weather. I think that's a fantastic fragrance. It goes away from that Aqua de Joe DNA. And it's great for night out. If you're looking for a freshy night out fragrance, I would think that's great. So I gave you kind of three there. There's the gourmand fragrance that is good for all ages, Aqua de Joe Absolute, which is good for all ages. And it's more of a freshie. And then you have kind of in the middle is that Prada Lunarosa Black. Again, I don't like Prada that much, but that kind of fragrance is good. It's safe. It's nice. Definitely good for a night out fragrance, especially around this time of year. It's good. What would be the best cheap summer fragrance? I still have a list, but I don't know what to buy. Hawass is sold out. Hawass is sold out. It wasn't sold out 15 minutes ago. Hold on, I'm looking for Versace Hawass. No, it's not sold out. It's on Joma Shop, $39.99. Joma Shop is 100% legit. A lot of people ask me that question. It's legit as long as you're not buying a new release. If you're buying a new release, they'll say that it's in stock. When you buy it, they'll say that it's out of stock, and then they'll charge you, and then they'll ship it to you 3 months later. So as long as it's not a new release, Joma Shop is fantastic, and it is Versace Hawass is $39.99. Probably the cheapest one, and that is probably the best for the price. You're also looking at like Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, Mont Blanc Legend Eau De Parfum, Boss Bottled Tonic is a good one, but the best for the price, and honestly, probably the best summer fragrance out there, Light Blue Eau Intense. This is by far the best fragrance out there for summer. It's heat activated. It lasts about 8 hours. It has that fresh aspects, the marine aspects, the aromatic aspects. People absolutely love it. I love it.
And I love it. I'm picky.
And my wife is obsessed with it. She's really picky too, as she said. This is $40, and this is the 100 milliliter. You could even get the 50 milliliter for cheaper. So for the price, if you're looking for a freshie, this one is the best for the price by far. I recently bought Zadig and Voltaire. This is him. Steve from Red Adolescence recommend that on his channel. It's a dark and please stop stirring that. It's a dark and unique fragrance, a special. I've never heard of Zadig and Voltaire at all, so that's interesting. And I also don't know who Steve from Red Adolescence is. What about Azzaro, the most wanted parfum for date? Oak. Well, I don't know how to say your name. Azzaro, the most wanted parfum for date nights is great if you're looking at fall, winter, and spring. But now that spring is over, you go with something very similar, but does something its own way. This can be used all year round. The most wanted. My wife actually prefers the most wanted to the most wanted parfum, even though she didn't actually verbalize that to me. I already know that's the reason. She actually prefers wanted by night. But if you're looking for a day night fragrance right now, and it doesn't matter where you're living in the world, in the next month it's going to be 80s, 90s, pretty much everywhere. The most wanted parfum the most wanted Eau De Parfum Intense is the best date night fragrance out there if you're looking for something sweet. Girls absolutely love it. Any channel I've ever looked at did testing, like SoCal Sense, like I said, or Gen Sense, or whoever, they've tested out this with women, and it has always got big marks. Women absolutely love Azzaros, especially the Most Wanted and Wanted by Night. Prada Ocean is solid. It's solid. It's a good fragrance. It's just, I don't think it's something that I would personally hype up because it's not anything unique. It's not something that's just out of the box or anything that, it's just, to me, it's a $40 fragrance. With the amount of fragrances that you can get out there nowadays, Prada Ocean kind of just blends in with the rest of the fragrances, in my opinion. I'm contemplating whether to get it, seeing it's discontinued. Oh, Aqua Atlantique. I actually just bought that. Let me go get it. All right. Aqua Atlantique. So this is a fragrance I just bought too because it is discontinued. They have them at Saks Off Fifth. At both of my Saks Off Fifths had them. And so this fragrance is actually really nice. It takes the original Aqua DNA, which is a sea salty marine fragrance, takes that saltiness, those sea notes, those aquatics, and mixes it with a typical blue fragrance like Versace Dylan Blue or something like Bleu de Chanel, and mixes them together really nice with the C notes. It projects really good, and it lasts about 7 to 8 hours, which for that type of fragrance is really nice. I think it's worth a pickup if you can find it for about $60 or less. This is him as fire and decently pricey. I need to try that. It sounds like something that I would like. I missed a few. I still love Paco Rabanne's. Black XS is something that I did a review on before. I like it, but it smells like a strawberry champagne, and it's something that I actually prefer XS Night, I believe is what it's called. It's the one that's like cherry Coke. I tested it before. I don't have it. I had Black XS, but I returned it because it was too feminine for me. But I do like the fragrance. It's just, to me, I wouldn't wear it. And I thought that getting Wanted by Night, I needed a second bottle. And so I decided to return that and get Wanted by Night. Hugo Reversed and Roja Elysium. I have Elysium coming this week. It should be here from Scentbox Friday or Saturday. So I will do a comparison. If you ask me again next Monday or next Sunday when I do my next live, I will compare the two. I have Hugo Reverse. I don't have Elysium because a lot of times people were saying it was a clone, or not a clone, that it was very similar to Ventus or something like that. I think it was a Ventus. And so I didn't actually buy it, but I decided I wanted to try it, and Scentbox just got it on there. So I will do a comparison. If you want me to, just ask me next live, and I'll bring them out and do the comparison for you. I can say that one's about $300 and one's like $15. So Hugo Reverse is a really nice fragrance if you're looking for a cheap freshie that smells great, doesn't last that long, but it's a nice citrus vetiver combo. If it's 62 Fahrenheit outside and I'm going to the grad party and I'll be out for a while, Most Wanted or Sauvage, 62 degrees Fahrenheit. My answer is going to be Most Wanted, but Sauvage Elixir is a fantastic one as well. I would say if you're going to a graduation party, you're going to be there with more younger kids, so I would go with Most Wanted. That's my choice because you're going to be there with younger kids. Or not younger kids, but people your age, unless you are my age. But if you are like the person that's graduating or something, you're going to be around a lot of high schoolers or college kids or whatever it might be, depending on what graduation. So Most Wanted is definitely going to be the one to pick for that. If it was like a wedding or something, I would go with Sauvage Elixir. But for that, I would say Most Wanted. This is him. You already read that. Where would you rank Aqua Atlantique in comparison to the other blue fragrances? That's actually a really good question. It's hard to rank my blue fragrances because they all seem different to me. Bleu de Chanel is my favorite. That's not a hard one. But as far as the other ones that you're saying, like Sauvage, YSL, Dylan Blue, I think that Aqua Atlantique is better than Dylan Blue. I don't think it's better than YSL, and I do think it's better than Sauvage unless you're talking about Elixir. But so I would say that in my order, I would go Bleu de Chanel first, Aqua Atlantique, followed very close, or YSL, followed by very closely Aqua Atlantique and Dylan Blue. But my favorite two, I don't really consider YSL a blue fragrance. I consider it their take on what a blue fragrance is, but I don't really consider them a blue fragrance. I consider them a YSLY fragrance. It's just, to me, they're completely different from all other blue fragrances out there. But yeah, that's my order. Bleu de Chanel is always number one, and then followed far behind by YSL and Aqua Atlantique. Bleu de Chanel is just, it's unreal. Byredo Mojave Ghost. Thought just blind bought. Never tried it. Mojave Ghost. I have never tried that one. Is that a clone? Oh, no, it's Byredo. No, I don't have very many niche. I have actually said that in a couple of my other videos. The niches that I do own are mostly in 15 milliliter decants that I continuously get. And I have Byredo Tobacco Mandarin. I have Byredo Pulp. I have Parfums de Marly, pretty much 90% of their collection. I have a bunch of Aventus or Creeds, and I have Baccarat Rouge 540. But I don't have many other niche other than that. The only full bottle that I have now is Leighton. Well, on the way. Do you guys not have any other questions? If you have any other questions, we have one more to review. I forgot, it was behind my computer. Cartier is Pasha by Cartier. Oh, that's fantastic. It's a warm, spicy, ambery fragrance. I've only tried one other Cartier before, and it wasn't very good, and it was at Nordstrom's. While I'm smelling this, Ravi, best one. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. I'll tell you more in a second. It's a warm, spicy, ambery fragrance, definitely for fall and winter. But Pasha by Cartier, this is on my list of pickups for the fall. It's really good, really good. In the opening, you're getting that amber, you're getting that warm spiciness. Let me see what the note breakdown is. Pasha, Cartier. Pasha de Cartier. I think I'm looking up the wrong one. Pasha de, it's the Parfum. That's why. It's Pasha de Cartier Parfum. I was looking it up and it said fresh aromatic, and I was like, that's not what this smells like. I got really good reviews on the Fragrantica. The main notes in Pasha de Cartier Parfum is sandalwood, liquor, balsam fir, ambrosinide, tonka bean, benzoin, amber, Indonesian patchouli, and leaf labdanum. I'm not getting much liquor. I am getting that sandalwood. Again, if you want to smell sandalwood, buy this Macy's package. $25. You get all of these colognes to sample, and you get a full shave gel that is called sandalwood, and it smells just like sandalwood. Cartier Linval. That is the one that I was telling you that I was trying to think of, Hunter. It's so nice. So yeah, if you guys want a nice, unique fall and wintertime fragrance, I've never smelled this before, but Pasha de Cartier Parfum. It has tonka bean in there, a bit of ambroxan, and then warm and spiciness mixed with some sandalwood. It says there's liquor in it. I don't get any liquor, but they also don't have top, mid, and base notes. It's just all combined. I do get some ambery feeling from that benzoin and maybe some amberwood that's not listed here. And it's really nice. You also get a bit of aromatics in the background, but it's a definitely really good fall and wintertime fragrance, and one that is unique that will have you standing out from other people. I'll go up. Hold on. Okay, Ravi. So a few good extreme heat fragrances. Again, the number one out there is O Extreme by Light. It's my opinion and a lot of other people's opinions. It is heat activated. So as soon as you go outside in the heat, Light Blue O Intense is one that is going to stick out 100%. Another high heat fragrance that is fantastic, YSL YO Fresh. It has that YSL DNA mixed with like a lemonade slushy, and then it gets a bit fruity when you get to the dry down. Doesn't last crazy a long time, projects pretty well, has a really cool bottle, and it smells amazing. My wife absolutely loves it. It was in her top 5 or top 6 spring and summer fragrances. Another one is Dior Homme Sport and Dior Homme Cologne. Dior Homme Sport is a very citrusy take on the Dior Homme DNA. And then the Dior Homme Sport is another one that's like the Dior Homme DNA mixed with a lemonade slushy. Also fantastic. Again, doesn't last super amount of time. If you guys don't like spending the money for a Dior, Jimmy Choo Man Ice is discontinued, but still can be found for about $30 for a full bottle. And it is a complete clone of Dior Homme Cologne. It smells just like it. I got it yesterday night, a full bottle of it from Marshall's, and it was $27. It smells amazing. So those are good for high heat. If you need more, I'd be happy to give you more. Rodwin, oh hey, happy belated birthday! Thank you very much. I was working for my birthday, so today was really the celebration. Is that sample set available online that your wife got you for your birthday? Yeah, Rod, when you actually missed it, we just did the giveaway. I gave away everything in here except for the ones that I wanted to keep. So it's available on Macy's. You just look it up, and it's under the Father's Day sale. Or you could just type in Discovery Cologne Set. And it's $25, and you get 22 of these. Or 20 of them. I can't remember how many is in there. They're all samples, and it's really cool, especially for people who collect. And it comes with a full-size shave gel that smells like sandalwood. And if you want to know what sandalwood smells like, it's exactly what it smells like. Oh, and just an FYI for those of you guys who are new, I know a lot of people were talking about the Fierce Intense. I opened this up during this video, this live. What they were saying about how the bottles are chipped and leaking. Some of the people didn't get that, but just an FYI, there is a good chance that you will, because mine is all beat up, leaking, all of that. Kind of sad about it, but hey, you can still spray, so it is what it is. Do you get bored of Versace? Yes, I get bored of Versace arrows. But the thing is that that's the good thing about being a collector. You have 600 fragrances. No, I'm just kidding. I have like 117, I think, 115. I don't know. I have a bunch in my drawer that I don't use, but Versace. Oh, that reminds me. I need to send a few of those fragrances to somebody. I like to send some of my fragrances that I don't use to like Salvation Army. So they can, I know cologne's not really a necessity, but if you give them the Salvation Army, people that are homeless actually do prefer to use colognes a lot. And so I like to give away a lot of my gift sets to the Salvation Army. They take them in and they give them to homeless. So I'll thank you for reminding me. I have to take my bag of colognes down, my Guesses and my Nauticas and stuff like that, and give them away. But when it comes to Versace Eros Eau De Parfum, I do get bored with it, but not because of why you would think. I get bored with it because it smells like the Eau de Toilette. Doesn't last a crazy amount of time longer. It's vanilla and lavender, and it smells great. It's just there's a lot of other colognes out there that smell similar. It smells great. And it's just I get bored with it because I get bored with a lot of colognes. I have so many colognes in my selection that I like to go from one to another, especially because now that I'm reviewing, you guys don't want me to do the same scent of the day every single day, do you? Because I have it and haven't even finished half of it. I haven't finished half of most of my fragrances. It's a good fragrance though. It's one of the best night out fragrances out there. It's still going to be. I mean, you can't go wrong with it, but as far as what it does, there's a lot of other fragrances out there that does what it does better. For instance, something like Ultramall. It has that lavender, that pear. It adds that pear into it. It's really nice. Also has the vanilla. So if you're getting bored with that and you like that smell still, I would still go with Ultramall. It's something that would be a good. Oh, is that what you were asking below too? Cartier L'Envol. Eau De Parfum is my favorite from the brand. It has vibes of 1 million. It does. I love Cartier L'Envol. That's the one that I tested when we were at Nordstrom's. I'm actually happy that you put that in the chat because I have to write it down. I'll write it down after. I'll just take a picture of it. Okay. Thanks, Hunter. Cartier L'Envol is the one that I wanted to buy. I just didn't know because I was smelling so many things when I was there. Daniel, you get that Macy's package online, or can you get it at the store as well? You can get it at the store, but I can't tell you what your store has. They have a lot of the Father's Day stuff there, and my Macy's actually had that package. My wife did order it online, but you can buy it in store. I don't know if yours is going to have it, but chances are my Macy's isn't that big, so maybe yours will. Mercedes-Benz cologne is my favorite cologne. What's it a cologne of? I've never tried Mercedes-Benz cologne. Or were you trying to say cologne? Looking forward to the next giveaway. Thanks, Rodwin. Which do you think is better for club night out? Well, I guess I already answered that. Jean Paul Gaultier Ultramall. They're both like that sweet lavender fragrance, except for the one goes a little heavier on the vanilla, and the one takes that sweetness and adds a bunch of pear to it. So Jean Paul Gaultier Ultramall, not only are you going to smell a bit different than other people at the club, if there are places I said earlier, I don't really believe in people that say that a fragrance is worn out outside of like Aqua de Joe or whatnot. But if you're in school or the club, those are the only two places that I can tell you might smell like other people. And so if you don't want to smell like other people, you should go with Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultramall because most of the people in there are going to be wearing Versace Eros or Sauvage. Cologne of Dior Homme Cologne, better than Jimmy Choo Man Ice. Jimmy Choo Man Ice doesn't last that long. Yes. But it's about a 99.7% clone of Dior Homme Cologne. It's so close that if you sprayed it on my skin on both hands, I would not be able to tell you the difference probably of the Jimmy Choo or the Dior Homme. It's like they took that Dior Homme DNA, that little baby bit that's in the Dior Homme Cologne, and somehow they put it in a Jimmy Choo bottle, and I don't know how they did it. But if it's good and it works for you, then wear it, rock it, do whatever you need to do. I mean, it's great cologne. So if it smells like it, then you're smelling good. I've never tried that Mercedes-Benz cologne again because there's no Mercedes-Benz around me, and I haven't heard anybody talk about it enough for me to want to buy it. So if it does smell like, how long does it last? Does it last a decent amount of time, or is it like the other two and last like 3 to 4 hours? Oh, shit. It's 9:00. All right. Well, hey, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm going to head out. I need to get some crap done. Wow, 6 to 8 hours. That's nice. I need to get some stuff done. If you have any other last questions, throw them in there now and I'll answer them. But just to give you an update of what's to come, we just hit 600 subscribers, so thank you very much. My next giveaway is at 750 subscribers as far as a full bottle giveaway. Now that I'm doing these lives, I'm doing the lives. I don't know what time I'll be doing them, but I'll be doing them every Sunday. We'll be doing things like this, going through any new releases that I get. This week, I'm going to be releasing Sedley video tomorrow, the Attack of the Clones, Detour Noir versus Leighton on Tuesday. On Wednesday, it's going to be the 25 and 5. That might also be on Thursday. I'm not sure. Then I have a bunch of other fragrances that I need to review on there. The Sauvage, there's so many. So I'll be doing those this week as well. If you guys ever want me to do another live, even during the week, just send me a comment in my videos and just say, hey, can you do a live tonight? And if I get enough people saying that, I'll do a live. I don't really care. I'm sitting around just at my house. So, well, thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. If you guys don't have any more questions, then I'm going to peace out for the rest of the night, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace. Hey, you too. Thanks, Camzat. Rodwin. Good night, guys.